Let's go out to the lines again. We got Bob in Natrona Heights. Bob, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, guys. This has been going on now for the last 2 months. I think everybody's missing the point here. We don't have that many problems. You guys want to blame the defense. You want to blame Matt Canada. You know what? You're playing the wrong quarterback. You need a quarterback who can stretch the field, and that's Mason Rudolph. Kenny Pickett does not have the skill set. Okay, you guys are missing.
What makes you think that Mason Rudolph does, Bob?
What's that?
What makes you think that Mason Rudolph does?
He can.
Well, I think he has a better deep ball. I do.
He got benched for Duck Hodges on a better team.
I understand, but I think if you're talking about just stretching the field, I have my doubts about Kenny Pickett's arm strength long down the field. I think he's very accurate. He's pinpoint. There are a lot of things I like about it. That's one thing I don't necessarily like about it. So, and he's going to go through these ups and downs. It's hard for me to gauge anything after this 1 year. I do think, and thanks for the card, Bob, I think, Chris, he has to go through this. I'm interested to watch how it develops all the way until the end of it, and then use whatever experience he gains, good or bad, to help him next year. And I think that's the way it should be at this point.
So I'm worried about two things with Pickett. It's weird. Mike Mayock, I know you respect his acumen as a draft guru. He and most of the guys we talked to, at the very least, they say they like the arm. Mayock said he felt like he had a plus arm. Now, that's accuracy. That's everything altogether. I don't think Pickett has, obviously, a rocket attached to his right shoulder. I do think he can make all the NFL throws. I think they scheme up bad stuff down the field. I'm worried about two things, though, Bob. How many hits he's taken, because the Eagles pummeled him yesterday, and he's a tough guy, so he's going to try to get back up, but I worry about that. And where are the easy completions down the field? Where are the schemed-up throws that help a guy build confidence from 10 to 20 yards down the field where he's throwing to an open receiver? He doesn't have to worry about being perfect. The ball can be there a half beat late, and it's still going to be a completion. That's a byproduct when that happens of a good scheme. They don't give him any of those. No. Everything he does is degree of difficulty 10.
No, I agree. And even, some of the plays. But again, that comes down to scheming, and it comes to making people open. That hasn't happened a whole bunch. Most of these throws are short throws, but it's not just them. A lot of teams do it. But you got to do something more than that to stretch it, especially with no run game. When you don't have a run game, you really don't have much opportunity to make people believe you have a play-action game, and that also is an advantage defense. Anthony joins us right now on line 4 in Verona. Hey, Anthony. Anthony, are you there? Okay, Anthony, we're going to hang up on you because you're not paying attention. Come on, man. Let's go to Greg and Ambridge before we go to break. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Chris. How you doing tonight?
What's up?
Good.
I got one question that really bothers me. Back in 2020, the Steelers went 11-0. Then they lose half their games to finish the season. Everybody wants to blame the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, quarterback. Why don't somebody really, truly start taking a look at the head coach? There's no discipline on this team.
Greg, hold on, Greg. Let me ask you something. Greg, let me ask you something. Clearly you watch this show. I bet you listen to Sports Talk, so thank you for your patronage. But do you really believe no one brings up the head coach here? I mean, that guy has taken slings and arrows when things are going well.
Not that much. I'm one that I don't praise.
People call for his firing all the time, man.
He's a good head coach.
People have been calling for his firing for probably a decade in some corners who think he's mismanaged this team.
Been for a decade. Do you hire a coach for non-losing seasons, or do you hire a head coach?
I'm merely trying to make the point, Greg, that if your main contention here is this idea that Mike Tomlin has skated and has gone blameless in the eyes of the fans and in the media, especially lately when it comes to the media, that's just patently false. He is probably target number 1 or maybe number 1A after Matt Canada right now and has been for several years for this franchise.
We got to go to a break, and that's true. And we'll take a break right now. It's 32-13, Browns over Bengals. We'll be right back.